There's still discontent among the West Indies players about their contracts, but according to their legal representative Ralph Thorne QC, they will still sign in order to play in the upcoming South African away series. Thorne told CBC Sports today that it's not the players' intention to disrupt the tour.
The players want to, intend to, and will be very happy to play the cricket, and in that regard I can unequivocally state that they will sign the contracts. The other comment I'd want to make is that we respect the good faith that the board is now showing. One, they have shown good faith in not victimizing. The second act of good faith has been in sending the contract in advance of the tour. The third act of good faith, we're looking forward to that, and that is to say we want them to renegotiate the controversial portion of the contract in a manner that respects the rights of the players. I don't think we've reached the point where we can say that everybody is happy. In fact, anytime you resolve a crisis and everybody's happy, it means that you ought not to have been in the crisis in the first place. But to this point, I can say no one is unhappy. That's the best way I can put it.
However, Mr. Thorne said, don't let the fact that the cricketers want to play minimize how major the contractual problem is.
The problem is not minor. The portion of the contract that is unresolved is a major portion of the contract, and that is why all sides have agreed to renegotiate it. And I'm saying that I hope those renegotiations are done in good faith. I hope they're done having regard to the players' rights, because it is not a privilege, it's a right that they enjoy, a right to receive income legitimately gained from the activity of cricket.
Meanwhile, the West Indies Cricket Board has reported that President Dave Cameron has met and had preliminary talks with officials from the BCCI while attending an ICC meeting in Dubai recently. And the WICB remains confident that an amicable and mutually agreeable resolution can be reached. Also, the WICB is reporting that the task force commissioned to look into the botched tour of India has a deadline of December 13th to report its findings to the board of directors. Barbados had its share of struggles early on day one of the Independence Pro-Am surfing competition at the Soup Bowl in Bathsheba. The boys took to the waters this morning with Joshua Burke, Daniel Edgell, and Callum Blanford getting through their heats amidst tough international competition. Unfortunately, a number of other Barbadian surfers didn't have that luck. Here's Damien Best.
The Soup Bowl in Bathsheba, the place to be. This is heat number 8 of the men's action. Griffith Colapunto of USA, here the winner, sets up for the whip off the lip. Very consistent in his round, comfortable winner. Round number 9, first up was Jake Marshall of United States. And he set the standard early with 2 high-scoring rides, a 5.75 and a 6.25, leaving lots of work to do for Nolan Raposa, Kevin Schultz, and Shane Oliver of Barbados. This is Oliver trying to stay connected, but wipes out towards the end of his ride, worth 2.10 by the 4 judges. Raposa now of USA, spin off the top, carving through the wave, but he would be second in the final analysis, 9.75, his cumulative score. Kevin Schultz, also of USA, was third, couldn't find that perfect wave to surpass Raposa and Marshall. His score 8.25. And unfortunately, Oliver of Barbados couldn't stay connected. He was fourth, 4.10, ending up in the soup. Marshall technically sound, very confident, and giving the spectators some eye candy as well. His winning score 13.35. Heat number 10, Barbados, represented by 2 surfers, Bathsheba resident Andrew Rose. First up, 3.75 and 3.15 his first 2 rides, but still needed a 5.25 to take the lead midway through the heat, giving it his best shot. Jim Hogan of USA here hooks up and made some strides with a 4.10 on his third wave. moving him closer to taking the second spot. And that second position was occupied by Barbadian Jason Oliver momentarily. His best on the second wave, 3.50. However, time was against him and he finished fourth by the time the horn sounded, 6.75. Third was Rose, 6.90. Hogan second, 9.60. And topping the heat, Knox Harris of USA, 11.50. Lots of excitement at the Soup Bowl in Bathsheba. Damien Best, CBC Sports.
Thanks, Damien. Emar Edwards and Shabir Greenidge are 2 of the 8 through to the quarterfinals of the Massey United Insurance Clash of the Titans Road Tennis Tournament. Here is last night's action from Coverley.
Okay, Emar Edwards in blue taking on Abby Clark. Clark in control of this point. Edwards pretty much playing the defensive game, and Clark ended up taking the point. Clark again with a nice shot. Edwards thought he was going for the smash drop shot. Watch yourself here. Well, Edwards replied with this. Loads of spin on that one. Clark couldn't handle it. And Edwards started to find his groove. Beautiful footwork. Everything flowing. And finishing the point clinically. And when Clark sent this one long, Edwards took the first set 21-15. Nice crowd on hand as they got ready for the second. Edwards was in full flow in the second set, really warmed up now and bringing out all of the shots. Clark knew he had a battle on his hands, and he fought too, returning some difficult balls, waiting for the unforced error from Edwards. But he could only play the cat and mouse game for so long. Edwards really a top player, and he waited patiently for his opportunities to pounce. Beautiful shot. Everything going Edwards' way. Really got the better of Clark. He won the second 21-15 to take the match. Those spectators staying on to see more action. In this one, we've got Shabir Greenidge in orange up against Edwin Ward. Passed him before he knew it. Greenidge again in control. Check this out. Down the line. But Ward, the lefty, had some tricks of his own. No chance for Greenidge there. And again, doing really well to recover and take the point. But he just sent this long as Greenidge pinched the first set 22-20. Greenidge started the second well. Nice drop shot, got the better of Ward there. Then he had an opportunity to take the point easily. Well, the officials called it long though. Ward tried to put up a fight and stay in it as long as possible. Well, these two had some pretty good rallies between them, but Greenidge wasn't about to make the same mistake twice, putting it away this time. And with this point, he won the match, taking the second set 21-17.
Well, I hope my producer Kent Jerson is watching to see how it's done. Golf will make its CAC debut in Mexico when the 22nd edition of the game starts tomorrow. Prolific Barbadian golfer James Johnson has the responsibility of flying the Barbados flag, and he is excited about the challenge.
I've never competed in any games before, and certainly exciting to not only compete in games but to represent Barbados on this kind of big of a stage.
The CAC Games also serve as the Pan American Games qualifier, but Johnson added that he and his manager Denny Foster have their eyes set on an even bigger prize.
And in the back of our minds is the Olympics. Right now it looks pretty difficult for the small country of Barbados to get into that, but you know, there may be a possibility to play my way into that. So we're both very motivated to do as well as possible. Obviously we're going up against some bigger countries in the CAC, and then you know, if Pan Am comes on, that will be even bigger territories, and then the Olympics is the big one. So it's a bit of a long shot, but you know, golf is a bit of a volatile sport where you do have some outsiders coming in sometimes. So I've got some past experience playing in the US and playing in a couple of pro events. So I will be calling on some of that experience as well as good solid preparation to try and do my absolute best in this event.
Well, the West Indies women went down again in Australia after losing the second ODI last night in Sydney. The hosts, batting first, racked up 256 in their 50 overs. Deandra Doughton took 4 for 42 and Hayley Matthews 3 for 42. In reply, the Windies women finished on 203 for 8 in 50 overs, losing by 53 runs. Matthews came good with a bat as well, top scoring with 89. And of course, we have the news that Rohit Sharma hit an ODI world record 264 today as India defeated Sri Lanka by 153 runs in Kolkata. And in other news, we're hearing that Shane Dorich will join the Barbados franchise team in Trinidad and Tobago in place of Shea Hope, who has fallen ill. That's it for sports tonight. The business report is next.